Yes, hello. My name is Engineer Kasim Kasana, and I'm the overhead maintenance engineer for UEDCL. Here we are at Waligo, 33 kV from Kawanda, an interconnector that links Waligo and Kawanda substation. For over about 4 months, we've been experiencing frequent outages, and our numbers show us about 5 outages per month that are related to birds. As you can see, the area here has a lot of garbage, and garbage attracts marabou stock. In Luganda, that's Kaloori. So marabou stock, and every time they are leaving ground and going to rest in their resting areas, they interfere with the lines, and then power goes off. So today what we are doing, we are installing what we call the medium voltage line covers, material that we are going to use to insulate the conductors, and also install what we call the bird interrupt covers, material that will help us ensure that as and when the birds sit on the structures, they do not get electrocuted. So why we are doing this? We are doing this to ensure that the line is reliable, and to ensure that we as well do not kill the birds. We don't want to kill the birds. On average, we lose about 4 million shillings every 15 seconds this line goes out. So you realize that it is a big deal to us in terms of revenue, in terms of customer experience and satisfaction. So we hope that at the end of this job here, the customers served by this line will actually have very good experience, and they will love us. Thank you. It is on the Nakuwadde area. That is Mutundwe 33 kV from Mitiana 33 kV from Mutundwe, and we installed the same material. That area has a butcher, so the remains of the abattoir, yeah, it's abattoir. The remains of the abattoir attract the marabou stock, and they end up still interfering with the line. So we first, before we came here and other areas, we first tried it out there, and it has actually done a very wonderful job. Instead areas, people who do not want to cut their trees, when we install these materials, when we insulate the conductors, you can still have the line coexisting with the environment. So what we want to improve is the robustness of our network, and ensure that actually we coexist the environment and the network. That's what we want to do.
Is it at a specific point, or is it over a distance?
We are going to do 300 meters. We are going to do 3 spans. If you could point the other side, but if you can't, we're going to install these materials on what we call 3 spans, 300 meters of the line, because we've realized from our observations that those are the points where the birds keep playing.
Then you experience these outages at least 5 times a month. For how long do they last each time you experience it?
Now the outages that are caused by birds don't last long. A number of times when a bird dies and it gets off the line, when we try to reclose the line, it will be successful and power will come on. But the danger there is in the continuity in production for our industrial customers. Every time the power flickers, every time the power fluctuates, it actually damages their machines, and you end up they end up losing business. And then that comes into infuriating the customers. So we want to ensure that our customers have a very good service, have a very good experience, and do away with all of this. And you realize that these account for about 90% of the outages that we've been having on this line.
What is the geographical scale of the area that this line serves, and who are the customers that it serves?
The customers here, we are talking about customers in Kungu, we are talking about customers in Chanja, we are talking about customers, a prominent customer, Yugachik. We are talking about Yugachik. We are talking about people in Namere, talking about those people. But yeah, it's a wide coverage. It's a wide coverage.
Good afternoon. My name is Jime Chigundu. I'm the Area Operations and Maintenance Engineer, Namugongo Area Office, UEDCL. We've been having a challenge at one of our substations, that is Waligo substation, ever since the reinstatement of this interconnector. This interconnector, it's the line running from Kawanda substation feeding Waligo substation. We reinstated it on the 7th of March, this very year 2026. But ever since we reinstated it, we've been having a challenge. There are some people who had been displaced from Chitezi and they shifted to this place. This place is called Maganjo, LC1 Chidokolo. So they shifted to this place. They are dumping rubbish here, and every time they dump rubbish here, the marabou stock birds come and feed on what they have dumped here. But every time they are feeding on these dumped rubbish, what happens is when the heavy wind comes and is blowing, these birds fly into the conductors. And when they fly into the conductors crash. And when the conductors crash, the Waligo substation goes off. And when it goes off, so many customers question us why power is off. And we engaged the local community, the people who are doing this business. When we engaged them, we asked them what happens, what transpires when these conductors are crashing, and they told us that every time those conductors crash, there is a bird that dies. So this project was pushed to ensure that we improve reliability at Waligo substation. That is, when these birds fly into the conductors don't crash, and at the same time, we don't lose the wildlife, the birds, we don't lose them. So this project will help us to improve reliability at Waligo substation, and by Waligo substation I mean the areas around Chanja, Kungu, we have Namere, Mperere Namere, we have Lusanja, Chitezi, we have Lutete, we have Masoli, we have Chambogo Masoli, we have the entire Gayaza Road, then we have Kasangati up to Majije. All those areas. We also have Setamagere. All those areas are being served by Waligo substation. That is around 25,000 customers going off because a bird has flown into the what? Into the conductors. So when we install these bird guards onto these conductors, yeah, we are sure we'll improve reliability at Waligo substation. Thank you. Any questions? Be immediate. It's going to be immediate. After restoration of power in the evening, the birds will no longer be dying. Then power will not be going off because of birds. So we are sure power will be stable at Waligo substation, and the on and off that we've been experiencing and the intermittent supply will stop at Waligo substation because of these birds. Thank you. The areas that are affected whenever a bird flies into these conductors are, we have Kungu, the entire Kungu goes off. We have Chanja, the entire Chanja goes off. Komamboga, yeah, Kanyanya. Then we have Mperere, Namere, Lusanja, Chitezi, Chidokolo, yeah. Then we also have the entire Gayaza Road, yeah. Then we have Masoli, Lutete. We also have Setamagere, Kazinga. All those areas go off, yeah, whenever bird flies into the conductors. Thank you.